We are now better off after learning all the different rates, right? So we've got pay rate, cost rate, we've got billable rate, which is the one we really want to focus on. But where does that translate? Like, where does that mean at the end of the day? Like, where do I get to see the money that comes from having those rates in place and knowing what's going on?
Knowing the difference between markup and margin. I think that's where this starts to really make a lot of sense, is if we hone in on what is the difference between markup and margin.
Okay.
Sometimes, a lot of times, just like with pay rate and cost rate and billing rate that we had previously talked about, or we've other times talked about, sometimes markup and margin get used as the same word.
Yeah.
They're not the same thing at all. So I want to mark something up. So if I know that let's say that I know that my cost rate is $30 for an easy number to use. So if I know that my cost rate for my guys out on the job is $30 an hour, I want to mark that up. Let's say 50%.
Okay.
If I'm going to do a markup of 50%, that means my billing rate will be $45 an hour. Okay. For some super simple math, because I'm going to take that $30 and add 50%.
Okay. 50% of $30 is 15. I was like, yes, I understand math.
Yes.
Okay.
So if I'm going to do a markup of 50%,
okay.
Now in order to understand my margin, that margin's not going to be a 50% margin once I've added that markup.
Yeah. Okay.
The margin is my gross profit divided by my revenue.
Okay. What's the difference between profit and revenue for this?
Yeah. So good. Again, like, let's break down what all of these terms are, right? So revenue is that top line that I'm bringing in. So in this case, for that 1 hour, it's going to be $45.
And that's billing rate. That's plus the markup, everything. So if we're billing for $40 an hour, $30 an hour, billing for $30 an hour, 50% markup on labor. So now we're at 45. So revenue is $45 an hour.
Yep.
Okay.
But my profit is only what's down underneath the cost. So when I subtract that $30 of cost that I had, then what's left is $15 of profit.
Yes.
That's gross profit.
Yes.
Just to be clear, like, that's probably not what we have at the end of the day. So we were talking about, we have overhead and other things we have to do, but gross profit, all we're talking about right now is gross profit. Now then, if I divide that gross profit by the revenue, I'm left with 33% margin. That's basically what's happening. So I marked it up 50%.
Oh, okay. I get it now, because 33%, $15 is a third of 45, which $45 is the total revenue.
Yeah.
I got it.